Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be transferring over some money to our Capital One 360 savings account. That is currently where we hold our digital sinking funds. So I'm going to go through all the steps that I take to transfer all the money. Since this paycheck budget, we actually are going to be transferring quite a bit of money. Unlike August, I feel like we barely saved anything last month. So for this paycheck budget, we are going to start off in our September budget template over here, and I'm just going to add up the amount that we need to transfer over because I do use the Zelle Pay transfer feature. I do have a Capital One 360 checking account as well, and that's the only way that you can use that feature. You cannot do the Zelle Pay transfer just with a Capital One 360 savings account. And the reason why I do that is so that it gets transferred in minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and just add these up here. I'm not adding up the 529 and the Roth IRA because they're in totally different accounts. For now, we're just focusing on the sinking funds that's going to be transferred to Capital One. I know I could probably do this in my head, but I don't want to mess up and transfer the wrong amount and then redo any transfers. So yeah, so total amount that we need to transfer is $1,550. I'm gonna double check my numbers on here real quick just in case. So $1,550 needs to be transferred over from Wells Fargo to Capital One. Here in Wells Fargo, I'm just gonna go over to transfer and pay. We're gonna send money with Zelle. So what I'm gonna do is send myself some money. So I'm going to click on my name and send money, and the total amount is going to be 1550. Nope, that's not what I want. Yes, that is what I want. So 1550, and then for sinking funds, so I'm just going to hit continue. So total amount $1,550, and I just like to put sinking funds on there just so I know. Funds typically available within 30 minutes. I find that once I transfer it over and refresh my Capital One account, that it will already be there. So I'm gonna go over to Capital One over here, and then I'm gonna head over to my checking account, and it should, yeah, it's already in there. So I got the Zelle transfer over here, the 1550. So now I'm going to go back to our family budget and then just take a look at each one. So Christmas, it's going to be $200. I'm just going to do everything one by one. So transfer money. So from the 360 checking account, we're going to transfer to Christmas, and this would actually complete our goal for Christmas. We wanted to fund $1,000, and that should complete it. So I'm going to take a look at it later, make sure that everything looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit transfer money again. And I believe for vehicles, it was, it's going to be $50 here. So I'm going to hit $50 on there, transfer. And then I believe for each, my husband and I, it's going to be $100. So for my husband's going to be $100, and then myself also is $100. That was that $200 gift that was in our income that you might have saw maybe from the last video. So for myself again, $100. I'm going to be using part of that money to pay for the tablet I just got. I did put it on a credit card just so we can have a chunk of that money into our credit to kind of help build our credit. But I'm going to be using part of that money to pay for the tablet. So for kids, it's also going to be $100 as well. So kids, 100. I think I'm going to use some of that money to buy them some winter clothes because they have both completely outgrown their things. But my 4-year-old might actually be able to wear some of my 8-year-old's clothes, but he's growing pretty quickly too. So back to family budget. Oh, and then my son's oral surgery, $1,000. We used to have a medical and dental sinking fund. We no longer have that anymore. We decided to transfer the funds out and put into a college savings. But we are re-saving for medical and dental because we found out that my son needs to have oral surgery done, similar to what my 8-year-old went through last year. So I'm assuming that all the cost is going to be pretty similar. So transferring from 360 checking account into our medical and dental, which I need to rename, and I'll show you that process in case that's something you want to see. $1,000 transfer. The appointment is going to be scheduled for sometime in October. We still have yet to set a date on that, but I did ask if it could be sometime in October because we originally were going to be going to Hawaii this month, and I didn't want him to be, I don't want him to be all uncomfortable and stuff. So I asked for it to happen in October, which actually works out because we have some time to save for it. So, and I believe that's pretty much it. My total should go back to $50 because that's what I always have in there. So I'm going to rename my medical and dental and just name that Nico's oral surgery. So I'm just going to look down here under account and feature settings. So look for my medical and dental. I'm just going to rename that Nico's oral surgery. Oop, totally did not spell that right. Surgery, I think it said. So let me add the Y. So Nico's oral surgery. So I'm gonna go back to my account, make sure everything looks good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add everything into our savings trackers so that it's all updated. I don't want to forget to transfer in here. So we are in September. The only thing we're going to be transferring over into the second paycheck budget will be my son's oral surgery. Even if my husband were to get paid overtime or if we get extra income, I'm going to focus on having that all done and taken care of so that we don't have to worry about it. And yeah, so back to our savings tracker. Christmas should be done. So here for Christmas, we saved $200. Medical and dental, I need to change that name. Vehicle was $50. Kids was $100. Myself and my husband was $100. We did save for retirement. That was $624 this month. And $529, it was $500, I think. So let me double check. Yeah, $500. So going back to our savings tracker, I think that's it. So Christmas is $10.55. How is that $10.55? Let's see. Should only be 1,001. So I probably messed up somewhere on tracking it. So I don't know if I meant to do this. So let's see. Should only been 55 from July, not August. So that should bring it to 1,086. And August 31, there was 27 cents. So that should total up. Okay, so I just want to check to make sure all these numbers are at least close to the amounts that I have on here. If it's not, it's most likely because of the interest on there that I need to add. So yeah, everything pretty much looks fine. So that is basically my transfer process, transferring to all those individual sinking funds that we have. I know it looks like we have a ton, but each one does have a purpose. So what we're going to do with our emergency fund is just leave it alone. If anything, we might even transfer some more money into my husband's Roth IRA, but we are not going to be paying this back. This originally was $7,500. We did take money out to pay for part of my son's dental bill, but we figured that we rarely use our emergency fund and I don't want to keep that high of an amount in here. I'd rather it grow in my husband's Roth IRA. So, and in case anything were to happen, we can just dip into that without any penalties. Not sure if you guys know, I just found this out that whatever money you contribute to your Roth IRA, you can actually withdraw that penalty free. Just in case we do need it, we can dip into my husband's Roth IRA. I am going to be keeping some money in here, like a good chunk of money in here, just in case we need it really quick. So yeah, we rarely ever really need our emergency fund anyways. And if we need to dip into anything else, just something small, we can into all of our other sinking funds. But the rest of our sinking funds here, minus the house down payment, we're still trying to figure out some place to put that. Everything else on here, we pretty much move around every other month and stuff. So that we are keeping in here. So, and it usually doesn't reach any higher than $1,000 other than our travel fund. So yeah, we're still kind of figuring out what to do with that and see if we're going to put it somewhere else for now or not, whatnot, to just let that money grow. But yeah, anyways, that is pretty much the plan for now with our sinking funds. That is the transfer process that I go through. I hope this video was helpful, especially for those of you guys who want to transition into using digital sinking funds and kind of on the fence about whether or not you want to open up a Capital One 360 checking and savings account. I do have a video where I answer some questions that might be helpful for you to decide whether or not you want to open one up. So I'll link that video here in case you guys want to see that. But yeah, other than that, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much as always for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.